Okay, so here we are with this little guy again. And what we're going to do today is work on saddling. Now again, he had saddles on him. Evidently it wasn't overly successful. And I guess somebody, you know, got bucked off pretty bad from him a couple times. But then the second saddling or another saddling or something, he took a while and somebody was able to get a foot in the stirrup, and that was about, I think, the extent of it. So today isn't about riding him. Today is making sure that he is good with the saddle, because the owner indicated he finally got him to stand still, but that was like a year and a half ago or something like that. So today I'm going to expect him to be good, fairly decent, because of all the other stuff I've had, but sometimes memories come back. They can have a little bit of issues, so I'm going to go through this just the same as I do, you know, if I knew he absolutely was going to have an issue, or if I have a really touchy colt or something like that. But again, this is an older horse, and we're just trying to make sure that there is no issues, and I'm going to kind of show you how that goes. This isn't, like I said, this is not just a colt that, you know, was handled all the way through when he was younger in a manner of getting him prepared for saddling and getting him prepared for riding, it seems. He has a lot of stuff kind of going for him, but he also has a lot of holes in his program. So it's a good one to show. And I'm going to start off here with just some other stuff and review and kind of show you some of the stuff that I started on another couple videos, if you've seen any of the others, so that you can see the progress and where I pretty well want him before I start this kind of stuff. So again, this isn't about riding him. Today is going to be just about the preparation, warming him up here. I just pulled him out of his stall, and getting him so that he stands still for the saddling and actually understands and accepts it. Like you saw in a couple of the other things, just because he's standing still and freezing and dealing with the saddle going on and off does not mean he has accepted it and understood it. They actually need to be able to fully understand and be comfortable with it and stand still because they're okay with it, not and you know, willing, so to speak, and not just because they're like frozen solid and not sure what to do next. So it's a big deal that a lot of people miss, and then they have problems with the saddling later on in life or something like that, just because they didn't get that full understanding. The horse was saddled, maybe tied for when he was saddled, and just got nervous but learned to stand there. And then you have issues. Sometimes for years you can have issues, because it's always harder to overcome problems than it is to just do it right the first time. So that's why these things take time. Not that he's an exceptionally troubled problem, you know, over the top. It's just it takes time to override the issues that a horse gets. So I just kind of pet him here and make sure all that's kind of good. My trash truck is finally here. I thought I wasn't getting my trash picked up today. Well, we'll see how he does with the trash truck driving by, but he should be just fine. We're pretty far away anyway. So anyway, underneath, now I can make sure it comes out the other side. Again, don't do it with the flag that it comes out the other side until you're sure everything's okay, because once that's over there, he can get afraid of that and jump onto you. He's kind of paying attention to the trash truck there. Hey, buddy, come back to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving him around. Not on me, please. Just kind of move him, send him slightly. Make sure you can handle all this while he's going. He's getting a lot better about a lot of stuff. He still has a few of those oh no moments. Not as many. Wave to the trash guy. Okay. Make sure you can get in between his legs here. Underneath his belly. Underneath his tail. Okay. Just reviewing. Plant that front, yield that hind, bring that front across. He's a very attentive little guy. Same thing other side. Kind of get him going here. It's about, finally got down to about 95 degrees, so I'm able to start working this just in case it gets a little emotional. I don't want to do it when it's 100 degrees out here. Because some of this stuff, even though he's not moving real fast, if he gets emotional about it, they actually get more worked up just standing still emotionally than they do if you ran them for, you know, half an hour or something like that. So you really want to be careful on emotional work in the heat. Okay, so that's pretty decent. Flip this rope up and over there. Flag is still here. Make sure this hindquarter yields nice and easy. I want that pivot. I don't want to have to touch this forehand. Wake up, buddy. Okay. Very good. Pat him. Bring the front end around. Good. Back him up nice and easy. Maybe I'll even pet him while he's going backwards. Or tap him if he's falling asleep there. Okay, that tarp is behind him and kind of blowing in the wind. I have it there on purpose. We've been doing some tarp work. What we do on one side, we do on the other. Don't worry about the trash, buddy. Okay, nice and easy here. Maybe move that flag around up above him there a little bit. I'm not changing what I'm doing with my hand on him, but I'm just kind of moving that up above him because things are going to be moving above him. Okay. You are one distracted little horsey. Front end. Don't go forward, buddy. There we go. I'll add in a little bit of sideways here, just kind of yielding off. Front and the hind and the front and the hind. Okay. Wait for me. Back up. Nice and easy. And I'm doing a little delay tactic here before I get up on the rail. Okay. Take this and flip it over the top. Around behind. Wrong way, sweetheart. Unwind, hind, hind, front. Wait for him. Do it on the other side. Wait for him. Okay. Hind, hind, front, stop. Good job, buddy. Okay. I always make sure I can do a little bit of some lateral flexion. I don't go nuts on it. I want it as correct as possible, but I want him to be able to keep his feet still. Sometimes I use just the halter here so I don't get too much of an overbend. Okay. Set that down. Flip this over to the other side. I want him to be able to yield away from me as well, without worrying about it. A lot of people miss this. They'll get the horse to where they can lateral flex towards them, but oftentimes the horse is just saying, hey, how you doing? But you try and get them to yield away from you like that without moving their feet, without panicking when they kind of see you. It's a different deal. I know, things are happening around you. This is why I say he's not, really great for doing stuff yet, but he's doing really good. He's making a lot of progress. A little scab on his back. Fights with the neighbors. Say bye. Okay. Now on this side, just a little bit of lateral flexion. I want his nose straight up and down. Not worried about where that trash truck is going. Okay. Flip it over to the other side. Get him so that he can come over here. One day. There we go. Wake up, buddy. He's going to move his feet. I just go with him. I don't worry about it. Just want him to feel that flexion from the other side. So when this happens, he's been doing pretty good on this, but that's all right. If you have a day where he's not doing so great, that's okay too. Then you just do what he needs to do. Don't get upset about it. He needs to move. Just kind of help him. These are still those little panic moments, which again, it doesn't look like too much, but it could turn into it. You can see it's real tight. That he just has enough of these yet that I wouldn't say, oh, he's wonderful, he's great, he's ready to go. Because if you don't have that, and he kind of tunes you out like that, that's not a good thing. Some people don't care and they'll ride that anyway. I don't like to do that. I like to make sure they're okay. You should be soft all the time, even when other things are going on. Like right there, that's an awful lot of pressure he's putting on me. So if I had to bend him or turn him or anything, there's no way right there to be able to get that done. Good. Okay, pet him. Turn him again so you can see. So this is, again, when looks can be deceiving. Just because I'm not pushing him to the point that you see giant reactions doesn't mean that he's doing perfect all the time. But until when I pick up on that and he gives me softly, he pays attention to me, he doesn't just zone out and freeze and stop breathing just because a trash truck is going by. You know, those are the points where, yeah, we might be able to get, you know, some basic riding done on him. But I wouldn't trust him yet to go out and visit the world. This time I want him to stop there. I'm going to do it again on this side. Come towards me. Flex. Don't invert your head there. Just keep it straight. Okay. I want to kind of keep it over here if you can with me. Flip that over top. And over on the other side. So again, if he decided he wanted to do something, I have about at least 20 pounds, maybe even 30, of pressure on my other side there, on my other hand. Just looking where that flag was. And he's not giving to me just because he did this great yesterday. This is why I check this before I go to doing the saddle. You don't just pull him out here and just start throwing saddles on him. Because this isn't working. There we go. And that has been one of his harder things, is to be able to flex away from you. And it just lets you know that there's still that work that needs to be done. Gotta stand on my tippy toes. Wait on him. Yield. Just put my hand there. I don't stop asking. Kind of bump it a little bit there until he gives to me. Nice and soft. Pet him. If he's not thinking, I don't go further. Okay. Bump. There we go. Flip that rope over to this side. Switch directions, this time this way. Bring that front end across. Eventually. Good. Okay. I want him to put that nose down. You see, he's starting to get that for me. When I go to reach over top, I want him to put his head down. I don't want to have to stand on a step ladder to put the reins over his head. Better. I stopped there so that he didn't move. He gave me that flex. He wanted to think about moving. I'm saying, I don't want you to move this time, buddy. I just want you to follow this feel. I'm not asking him to yield around with the rope over. I'm asking him to go so far and stop. They can sort it out if you can. If you can't sort it out, of course, they can't sort it out. But if you can sort it out, they can certainly sort it out. Okay, head down. Thank you very much. Head down. Rein over the head. Flex. Good boy. Head down, over. Wait for me, son. Okay. There you go. Ask him to put his head down, over top. There we go. Good boy. That's better. Perfect? No. Improvement? Yes. Okay. So, oh, it's a long way down. Okay. Put this away for a second. Alright. Now, some of the other stuff I've been working on. This is going to get a little bit loud for you. He should be able to handle stuff like this because of what he wants to, what his owner wants to be able to do with him later. Oops, caught a stick. Okay, just real quick, just going over and showing you kind of some of the stuff I've been doing with him. Okay, should be okay putting this over top of him. I should be able to send him forward and around. Okay. And while he's going, I can just make a little bit of noise there. Pull that off. Okay. You should be able to do it on both sides. Flip that sucker up there. Now don't just flip it up there if you haven't done that yet, because when that flies over on the other side, he can jump away from that and onto you, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Okay, so get him prepared like you've seen on all the other videos. Get him prepared first. Now he's worried about that kind of flag going over behind him, so help him sort that out. Okay, let that fall off. I'll do stuff, I'll do it on this side so you can see it. Where I put it over their neck. I should be able to drop that down, bring it up. This is a blind spot there. Okay, obviously when you do this the first time, don't stand right here. If he strikes out at that, you're going to lose your kneecaps at best. Okay, so you should be able to handle that from down there and pulling it up and over. Okay. Throw that up there. I'm going to go hang this up. Okay. The tarp. Nice and simple. Gather up my rope. Had a bunch of windstorms here the last couple days, so sometimes this gets extra tangled. Come here, buddy. Okay. Hold on to the rein, or the line, just in case. Wait till I ask, sweetheart. There you go. Okay. Should be able to take the tarp. The wind cooperates. Throw it over top of them. Send them forward. You know, just kind of have it make it do some kind of stuff here. I'm not going to do a lot of this, just to show you. Okay, have it fall off of them. Okay. Obviously, you saw he can follow the tarp because he followed it. I didn't have a hold of him. Hang my tarp back up. I just want him to go with me while I'm doing this kind of stuff. Always make it just about everything. You want him to kind of hang out with you. Give him chores to do while you're doing stuff like this, so he just gets used to this kind of stuff. Obviously all on his own. I'm not holding on to him. He came up with me. That just comes over time. All right. And the other thing I kind of showed you, I'm trying to remember where the video will show you, riding them on the rail. I don't think I'll be out of frame. If I am, I won't be for long. Okay, come up here. Want to pick me up on the fence. Okay, good boy. A little closer, son. Okay, he's not going to come closer, but since I've been working on this, I'm going to put my leg over top of him, and I'm going to yield him into the rail. Don't leave without me, buddy. He's like, time to go. Start him up again. He didn't like me back that far. There you go, sweetheart. Come on over here. So put my leg over him, and I should be able to put my leg on him and bring him over to me. Or not. There we go. Come on. I'll just wait on him here. So I'm going to rock him with my leg. Come on, sweetheart. There we go. All right. So just because he didn't do it perfect that time, he did it really good the last couple days. Again, he was having trouble even with some of the other stuff today. You have a good day and the bad days. Okay. Wiggle around a little bit. He has a bony backbone. I was going to walk forward, and this is not his better side. Okay. I should be able to walk him on the rail here. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Okay. Ran my knee into there, buddy. Bring him back over with my leg. Get that out from underneath me. Okay, sit on him. Not sure where I can do this. Maybe over there you can see it. Okay. Get off. What you do on one side, you do on the other. Send him forward. Over here, buddy. Come pick me up on the fence. Bring that little hiney in there. Good boy. Good boy. See, you're getting it. Okay. Sit down on him. Put my foot down there. He says, we can go now. You're all right, son. Forward. Kind of let him walk forward here. He kind of gets used to me sitting on him since his last ride wasn't so happy. Okay, kind of went away from the rail there. I just put my right leg on him. See if I can yield him back over. He said, I can do that now. All right. That's good. I think if I go over there, you can see it. Saddle's in the way, so come over. Move him over with my butt. Yield it over. Thank you very much, buddy. I want him softly yielding, whether I bring him to me or I push him away from me. Okay. Now I want you to see here. Oh, kind of things. What side do you want, sweetheart? This one? Don't matter to me. Bring him up here. There you go. It's like you're kind of rushing. I know. Trying to get it done for the video here, buddy. Can you bring your hiney over here? Give me your butt. There we go. Okay. Let's be over a little bit further. Alright. I'm gonna sit here. See if I can push you over here for just a little bit. Good job, buddy. I'm gonna sit here, pet him. Life is good. He breathed. Oops, it's too close. I can't flip it over. There we go. Flip it over to the other side. So if he does react, I can pull his hindquarter away from me and not on me. Okay. Now I'm going to be getting off on his off side here instead of his near side, but it doesn't matter. I do it on both sides. It's just not as good on this side, but that's why you might see a mistake. Okay. Life is good. This. My leg. This is too far close. Over here. Kind of move around a little bit. And jump off. Okay. I want them good with that. Because you're going to be mounting and dismounting. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, you want your horse to stand still while you're grooming him. Drop that line, he should stay here. Get some more of this hair off. It's a never-ending process, it seems, with him. He's getting a lot better. But this is all part of saddling your horse. They should stand. And not because they're afraid standing, but stand because they're okay standing. Okay. Now this is the part where you got to be careful. Okay, I do it because my clients are going to do it. I'm going to go around behind him and pop up in the other side, and he should still stand there. Some horses have a big issue with that, but remember, I've unwound him a few times. I've unwound him from the fence. He has a big bite mark on his back. He plays with the neighbor. Take some of that. Just got a mouthful of hair. Okay, on this side. So I don't... I'm going to turn him around. I'm going to turn him around because of the wind. So I don't teach my horses to ground tie, but they learn to ground tie. Okay? You might have to move that hind foot there a little bit. Now I can do this and speak at the same time. Alright. Nice and easy. Should be handleable everywhere. Okay. Put that off his hind leg there. Walk away. He should stay there. Sometimes he follows me. Either way, it's alright. At this point, one day he won't move at all. Now, I'm going to show you this. Before you want to ride a horse, you want to make sure they're okay with you doing everything. I should be able to put my finger in his mouth, stick it up his nose. Okay, play with his eyeballs, play with his ears. In here, in the flank area. Should be able to run down his tail. I should be able to pick up his tail and have it nice and loose. Okay. Should be able to get in all these places. You should be fine with everything. Okay. Kind of figure he's probably going to follow me, but. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this gear and I'm going to put it in the center of the arena. When you set your saddle down, always set it down on the horn end, okay? Alright, come here, son. Or not, it's okay too. Okay, put that over top like that so that rocks and debris and stuff don't get in there. Okay, I'm going to bring them up here. And take my first saddle pad. Okay. I'm going to move him slightly away from my saddle in case he decides to go forward. It doesn't run my saddle over. Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to drape it over my arm so that I have it if I need to, so I don't get kicked or he doesn't bolt off too hard. Okay. Then I take the saddle pad over, off, over, off. On his butt, on his neck, underneath him. Okay. Under, over, through, since, whatever I want to do. Opposite side. Take it off. I don't pussyfoot around. Throw it on there. Off, just like everything else I do. Over his butt. Over his neck. Might say peekaboo. Okay. Now what I do is I take this, put it on. I'm going to go on this side. This is where people miss. Take them a few steps forward. Let them walk around with that, just like I did with the tarp. Means okay with the tarp, you should be fine with this, but I'm not going to skip steps. Okay? Pull it off of them while I'm walking. Put it on them while I'm walking. Stand still. Whatever I want them to do, just put that on there. Pet them. Okay? Same with the pad. Whoop. On top. Okay? See that reaction there? Don't let him run on top of me. I have not saddled him yet, so I have no idea. Get him so that he's comfortable with it. Whatever I need to do, slap, slap. It's going to make noise. Certainly not hurting him. Okay, he's not breathing. Take him a step backwards. All right. Take that off. Put it on the other side. Get untangled from the rope. It's an important part. Flip it up there. Move it around. Tap it. Tap him. Put his mane out. Do whatever I need to do there. Okay. Take it off. Maybe I want to saddle him this way. Because I've never been really good at saddling. So maybe I think it goes on his head this time. Alright, there we go. Why? Just because. Because the more you just make it, kind of just stuff you do. Play little drums. Drum under his belly, drum in his flank. I'm only continuing to do this because he's really not breathing. Take him a step forward. They have to be able to move. Sometimes you get these things on them. That's that first step. That's a doozy. And what's worse is getting the darn thing off. Sometimes you can get these saddles on these guys and they kind of calm down. Then you try and get it off and it's a worse bucking bronc ride than trying to put the saddle on in the first place. So just like in a trailer, I practice getting them out of the trailer before I ever get them in the trailer. I make sure I can take the saddle off before it's ever fully on. Okay? I've had a lot of horses, you get them going into the trailer, they're kind of not sure how to lead up, so they don't trailer load real well. And then next thing you know, you're spending the next hour trying to get them out without just letting them turn around and bolt out. And you got to fix that. So teach the horse to come out of the trailer before he goes in the trailer. Correctly, not just turn around and walk out. You don't want them to be able to do that. I mean, if emergency or something, that's one thing, but you want your horse to be able to back out of that trailer calmly and easily. Okay? Put it on there until he is just okay with it. How many times do I do this? Oh, I'm telling you. I can do this for a couple hours, several days in a row. I mean, whatever it takes. Once I get to the saddle part, that saddle there is about 54 pounds. I'm about 110, 115. So I only put up there so many times. I do have a little treeless saddle that I can use if it gets too bad. That thing's only about 10 or 15 pounds or something. I can throw that thing up and down all freaking day. That one I can put up and down so many times. And then I'm like, then my wrists start giving out. My body's starting to break after all these years. Okay. Maybe I want to take it off over his head. Not great about that, but he's not horrible about it. Okay. Maybe I want to take it off over his butt. It can happen. Okay. Take it off over his head again. Whoop. All right. Throw that sucker up there. Okay. Now I'm going to start over. Take this off. Take that off. Walk them around. Let me fix this just so it hasn't been bothered by it, but all I need is for it to like flap towards us at an inopportune moment. Just wrap that in there another time or so. Okay. Notice I paid attention to him there. I was still looking back at him when that was behind him and he was behind me. Pay attention to that. All right, now he's kind of walked around and we put it back on again. Most of the time I saddle from this off side. I'll show you why in a minute. All your cinches and everything are here. More delicate gear on my right side too. So you want to be able to saddle from this side. But you also want to be able to saddle from this side. So I interchange on off, on off, on off, both sides. Okay, now I pick up my saddle. Hopefully it doesn't get hung up in my shirt here. Put that sucker up there on my hip. Okay. Now I grab a hold of this again. So I have it in case he decides he has to go somewhere. All right. This hand here, this hand here. Get the dirt off, but it's going to go on the ground again. Now I just swing it up and lay it up there. All right. Boy. Now what do? Take it off. Okay. Good boy. Again. Get it up over my gear on that side. Pet him. This hand here, this hand here. I just kind of lift it and put it up. Nice and light and easy. Just it on there. Leave it there for a second. Now again, if I do this from this side, oops, lost my latigo over there. Gotta fix that. All my cinches are over here, okay? And that way, I don't have to go back and forth all the time. Now somehow, for some reason, I lost my latigo, probably because I had it in the truck and then I set it down on its head and everything else, so I'm going to fix that. It needs to be able to do that anyway. Take that off. Okay. Carry this over here. You can carry my saddle or my pads. Just stay there a minute, son. This is the hard part, getting it through that little piece. Take my latigo, put it back up again, pull it behind itself. This is all on another video. I don't like when my latigo touches the ground. This is your lifeline. Don't happen too often that comes undone, but it did, so fix it. Okay. Don't just coil it up and stick it somewhere. Always make sure all your gear all the time is exactly where it should be. If I have to fix his saddle for any reason, pad slides back, I undo everything and fix it. I hate when people, they just kind of leave it be, like leave the cinches on, just kind of loosen them up really far or something, and if that horse shakes or spooks or something, that saddle can go flying, and you got to fix that issue. Now, as long as I have it this way, it's a little bit harder, it might not be as pretty. My gun and everything's on this side of my belt. So I gotta get it up over there. Okay, so now I'm gonna saddle him from this side. Hold on to this. Make sure life is okay. Okay. He said, I don't think so. That's all right. Let me turn him around again. Hold on there, son. Back him up. That's my bad wrist anyway. You can see there how he got tight. I'm not going to go any further. Okay? Check this out. And I'm going to put the saddle on and off. I don't care if it's 95 degrees. Put it on and off, 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 on and off. If it takes me 50, 60, 150, 200 times until he says, okay. Then I cinch it. Then we go on with the other stuff. Okay? If every time I put the saddle on he still does this, no. Why? You know, why would you do that? So, don't. Take it off. Set it back down, fix my pads. Like I said, some parts of why I'm kind of not wanting to do so many rough horses anymore is too many years of doing it. My body just doesn't work quite as well as it used to in some aspects. I don't have the grip I had, don't have the wrist strength I used to have. So that's why I'm trying to get out of these things, not so much for anything else, but I want to enjoy my older years. I have stuff I want to do. I don't want to be hurt. I'll be walking around too crippled doing it. And on this side, get this ready. So it's not that I don't like helping these horses. It's just takes a lot of physical work. Up and easy. You can see that wrist is a little better than this one. I don't lose the grip. Pet them. Okay. Nice and easy. Make sure everything's on there still good. When I have my saddle up, again, this is on another video, I tie with my back tie. I tie my breast collar and my lariat back. So when I set it on end for any reason, it doesn't all flip forward. Everything stays nice and neat. Okay, now I'm going to go to this side. Okay. Make sure my latigo's not going to come undone again. Stick it through a little bit more. Okay. Now, off again. Oops, it's in my belt. All right. Take that off. Saddle up on my hip. Throw the pad back up on there. Straighten it out. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be cinched yet anyway. I'm up there as easy as I can. Mess around with things. Come over to this side. Maybe fix my pad, adjust it a little bit. Move it around. Tighten. I just futz around. Not in a hurry to do anything. He has time to think about it. Okay? You don't want to sneak around this all the time. Alright. Off. Set it down. Set it down. Set it down. He wants to check it out. I'm going to let him check it out for a minute. Okay. You want to set them up for as much success as you can. Take them for a walk. Bring them back. You should be able to stand here. I never want to tie my horse to saddle them until I no longer have to hold on to them and they're fine. You know, so I never tie my horse until I never have to. Because if they pull back or anything goes wrong, again, you got to fix it. This up here. That like that. Saddle pad on. And this again, this is like watching paint dry, like everything else that I do with these guys. You just do it over and over. Okay. Pick it up. Put it on my hip. Get this ready. Don't pull on it, it's just there if I need it for now. Swing it up and set it down. Adjust my pad. Make sure my ladder goes in a good spot. Adjust my pad again, because I'm going to go through all these adjustments every time I put the saddle on anyway. Need to fix my stirrups. Check my hobbles back here. Alright. Give him a little reassuring pet. Now you see he's doing a lot better. Okay. Give him a minute. Maybe at this point, because he's doing better, maybe I'll just take him a step backwards with that saddle on. If he needs to do something, I can grab that saddle off of him pretty quick. If not, it won't be the first time it's hit the dirt. Okay. Nice and easy, just a couple steps. He's been saddled, but I want to make sure he understands. I can't repeat that often enough. Make sure your horse understands what you're asking of him, and you just don't have any issues. Every time you get in a hurry and they don't understand, well, then you got issues. Okay. Pick it up. Set it down. Fix my pads. The drummer I never was. Okay. Pet him. Let him know that's okay to have happen. Maybe walk over on this side. Get that brushing sound. Okay. All right. Again, pick it up over my gear. If you just carry it like this, it just sits on my hip. It hangs there. I can carry this thing around for quite a while. Not too long. But you can actually get along. You know, there's different ways to hold it, but I just like to be able to hold onto that. I do like a Cheyenne roll. You know, this thing on the back here. If you don't have a Cheyenne roll, I don't want to deal with your saddle. Okay, I'm going to leave that there this time. He's been doing all right. Put it on there. Adjust everything. Now, do I know he's okay with the cinch? Something I didn't show you was throwing the rope around him ahead of time. But if you saw in the lariat videos, I had that cinch or the lariat around there. And I was picking up a leg. It was doing a lot of torque on him, and he was fine with it, so he should be all right. Okay, now that he's been doing all right there a few times, I'm going to undo this. Now I got to adjust this saddle. It's on a much smaller horse last. Make sure everything's lined up back there. Hold this just in case. I'm going to undo my cinches. See where they fall on him. Now he's a skinny little guy. He's kind of a little bit tallish, but he just might be about the same size as that little bitty quarter horse thing I ride. My little PP. It's about the same size. Okay. Because again, he doesn't have a whole lot of muscle tone on him. This I just did an extra time there because of the, I didn't want it to come undone. I'm going to get this ready, but I don't take it all the way out. Okay, that's just ready for me to do something. I take my time here. Now here I might set him half a step back because I want that right front foot just a little bit more even with that left, just like that, so I'm not pinching his belly. Now I'm going to reach under here and I'm going to pick up this cinch. I'm going to pretend he's never been cinched before. See how he went to move? Okay. I'm not going to commit to that. I'm going to pick this cinch up and down a whole bunch of times until he don't care about it. Maybe rub it on him there a few times. I want to try and avoid the rodeo. Because again, every time a rodeo happens, you got to erase it. And sometimes you just can't help it. Some horses just, they learned it a long time ago. Help them stay there. Okay. Drop it down, pick it up. Drop it down, pick it up. You can see he gets a little bit more worried about that. Do not go any further. If something goes wrong now, I can just pull this saddle off and start over. If I'm halfway through cinching him up and something goes wrong, And I better be really quick on getting it tight enough or loosening it. But it's just a lot easier to just prepare your horse and wait. That back cinch is moving with the front cinch. Okay, the breast collar hobble thing is moving. Just wait. How long do I wait? Till he's okay and not avoiding me. He's not breathing, he's not blinking. Okay. It's kind of tight. Kind of pick it up a little tighter there. Rehabbing a horse is always way harder. It takes way longer. So if I just went to cinch him and get on him, we'd probably have a rodeo. It doesn't matter all the other stuff I've had going on there. I'm going to help him stand still, but I don't stop moving the cinch too much. Hey, buddy. Need a hug. Let him know it's okay. That's kind of bumping him in the other knee there a little bit. No big deal. He can handle that. I like it to do that, but I can't. Not a whole lot I can do about it. It's not hitting hard. Okay. I'm going to let that down. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my cinches back up. Why? Because you want to start over and over and over again until he's okay. Okay, pet him. Don't know if you can hear him, but he's kind of like fast breathing. Alright. Take him half a step backwards. Let him know everything's okay. Maybe. There we go. Alright. Is that rapid breathing? Shaking a little bit again. Take your bloody time. Play with his mane. I gotta brush your mane out again. The windstorms the last couple days have wreaked havoc on your brain, on your mane here. Okay. Pat him. Keep that loose enough. Undo my cinches. Make a little bit of noise. Jiggle him a little bit. I don't want to pussyfoot around so it surprises him. Pet him back here with that back cinch is going to go. Come back around here. Now this is one time where I don't move him too much. I do the moving. Okay. Make sure all this is okay. Reach down here. Pick it up again. Is he going to be able to handle it this time? See, he's thinking about moving. I'm going to help him. Okay. And I'm not going to make this video go too much longer. I'm going to do a lot more of this off camera. And then I'll show you the results in a couple days. But this is what I do. And like I said, it's kind of like watching paint dry. And I'll do this today. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do it as many days as I need to do until he's okay. He's already had the problems. I don't need to add more. Okay. Drop that down. Tie this back up again. Back over this other side. Put my cinch back up. You're starting to think about life a little bit. Wait on him. Take care of some of my sweat. Okay. Nice and easy. This is where that patience comes in. Alright. Alright with that. Undo a cinch. Make sure it's not bunched up anywhere. I do the same maneuver every time. I don't know if I already checked the cinch length every time. I still do exactly what I'm going to do every time. Okay. Maybe adjust that a little bit. Reach under here, grab that cinch, and start to pick it up. There, he thought about moving, but at that time I didn't have to make a correction. He was better about it. Okay, he's looking at me. It's like, is this okay, Auntie Val? Yeah, it's okay, buddy. Ooh, your whiskers are poking me in the side. Okay. So that was better. Now, do I hurry up and rush and do the go on? Nope. I lay that back down again. I come over here. I do up my cinches. And I pet him. You're all right, sweetheart. Okay. Okay. Move it around a little bit. Undo my cinch. Let it hang down there. Check it. Walk back over to this side. There he thought he wasn't quite sure there for a second, so I didn't even go to reach for that cinch. Gave him a second to think. Oops. Then drop it. Pick it up. Oh, here comes a wind gust. Okay. Nice and easy. Pet him. Alright. You can stay there with me, buddy. You can stay here. You're alright. You're alright. Hang in there. Hang in there. Okay. Help him stay. Okay. Now I'm going to drop that cinch. Make sure my ladder goes up on this side. I'm going to put my cinches up on this side. I'm going to tie this back through again. Okay. And take the saddle off. All the way off. Stuck on him. Okay. So smell it again. Okay. Walk him forward. Looking for a little rendezvous here. A little perambulation. Back to the saddle. Set his feet. Finish your step there, sweetheart. Oops, too far. There you go. Okay. Now I did notice when I first started sitting on his back a little bit more, that he did have a little bit of almost like an ow moment a couple times. So he might have something going on his back, which is also why I'm taking my time here, or did have something on his back. Like I said, I noticed when he moves around, he's a little bit off behind, not horrible, but you know, he does have a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up at times. Okay, so you got to be aware of that. That sometimes this could be pain too, or it could be a remembrance of pain, it could be a remembrance of fear. So you're overriding it. Pick it up, get the sand off of it, put it here, onto this, adjust this, up. I noticed he lifted his head. He'll stop breathing again. I'm going to futz around here for a minute. Okay, just thinking about maybe being all right. Adjust it. Adjust it. There, he wasn't sure about being all right. Help him be all right. If it takes me a week to saddle this guy, it takes me a week to saddle this guy. There's nothing I can do about it other than rush him and have more issues, which I'm just not going to do. Okay. Undo this. I'm not going to bother untying that because I'm not going to get that far right now. Put that there. Wait until he's paying attention to me a little bit. Pick this up. See, he's thinking about moving. Help him not to move. There we go. He's thinking about moving again. You're all right, son. Okay. That's why, like I say, these aren't 30-day horses. It's not 30 days. It could take me a week until he's okay with this. And I'm not going to go further until he is. I'm putting a little bit of pressure there. I mean, I'm not pulling the saddle off, but I'm putting a little bit of pressure on his cinch. The more I put on, the more he worries about it. Hang in there, buddy. You're standing on my line now. So I'm going to have to take him a step back, because if I need that line, I don't want him on my line. Yeah, that's it. Dig your foot on my line. There, perfect. Okay, I'm going to help him here. All right. And then up and down, up and down. Just get that cinch to kind of pet him. Good job, buddy. And this is how he's been with pretty much everything. You know, a couple days of worry. And again, I don't let him overreact. If I kept going, it would overreact and you guys would have a show, but I'm not into that. Okay, put that cinch back on. And that's what I'm going to do there. Take this saddle back off of him. I'll also do it from this side, because I think you've been bored long enough. I'm not going to leave that on there. Okay. A little bit relaxed there behind, but that's all right. That didn't work. These rails are close together so that the horses don't get their heads through them, but then I can't get my saddle to swing through there all the time. There we go. So, anyway. Set that up there so it's kind of not sitting in the middle. So that's what you want to be able to do while you're helping them overcome that. And that's all I'm going to show you. I'm going to just keep doing this and doing this and doing this. And then after he's gotten it pretty good, then I'll maybe make another video of the getting up and down and mounting and stuff. But this is going to take him a while. Just because it doesn't look like he's going to do much. He could if I kept going faster. Okay? So take your time with it. If he wants to smell that, that's fine. He's not the kind of guy to usually eat things, so I'll let him smell it. Some of these colts, I can't let them sniff my saddle because next thing I know, they're running off with it. Alright, he's not afraid of me. You can see he follows me around. He's fine. Just take your time and explain everything to your horse as is necessary. And then they'll never have this problem. If you start this off when they're young colts, if you have the, chance that you've gotten them, early on, or he was bred at your place or something like that, then you do this right from the get-go. I'll have, yearlings, just weanlings that I'm putting, not a 54-pound saddle, but I'll put a saddle on them and get them okay with all that. And, get them kind of started with this when they're little. And then just do it a little bit every year. You don't ride them when they're babies, obviously, but you can get them used to this kind of stuff. Does that feel good, buddy? Okay? So it just saves you time in the long run. And that's it. So I'll show you some more later. And I'm just going to continue with this, but I'll turn off my camera. Thank you very much. We'll see you in a few days.